Today we're reacting to two Llama Arts videos and a video, Thomas and Friends video my friend Calvin made with his wooden toys. So of course I'm excited. Let's get started. I do not own Thomas and Friends, but Tal owns everything, and let's go. Let's see this first one.
There used to be a pond about half a mile away from my old house that I would commonly go fishing in. It was nicknamed Daryl's Pond. I still have no idea who Daryl was or why it was called that, but nobody owned it, so people would once in a blue moon go fishing there as well. It was usually me by myself, though. I had dug a pole into the ground where I would tie a noose to and from my small kayak. I'd say it was about 3 in the afternoon when I rowed out to the middle of the pond, the sweet spot for getting a decent catch. There was another person coming out from the trees.
Whoa, okay.
I waved at him and gave him a smile. He hopped into a small boat.
Okay, I've never heard of someone tying a rope to their canoe while fishing. Like, that's a first. I've never heard something like that.
Floating by the edge of the pond and began to row over to me.
Uh-oh.
As he got close enough where trying to speak to him wouldn't come off as obnoxious, I gave him a friendly, "Perfect day, isn't it?" "Yes, absolutely," he said. He didn't say anything after that, and I started to feel a bit awkward, as if I were obligated to keep some kind of conversation rolling now. "So, you come out here to throw some lines?" I asked.
Okay, there we go.
"No, I don't actually fish."
What?
"Oh, well, it's never a bad day to relax on the pond," I said. He continued to row closer to me until his boat collided with mine, creating a big thud.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was genuinely uncomfortable now. I didn't feel threatened, just weirded out.
Yeah.
I was only 24 years old. This guy looked like he was late 40s or 50s. There was an awkward silence. I tried to just act like I was focused on trying to make a catch, but by now that wasn't even on my mind. This guy was weird. I didn't know what he wanted, and I was uncomfortable being so close to him. I felt him looking at me, or at least in my direction, as I faced halfway to the opposite direction of him. I took a quick glance to my right. Yeah, he was staring at me. I decided to be ballsy and lock eye contact with him. After about 4 seconds, he looked away.
Okay.
"So, where are you from?" I asked him. "Up there." He pointed behind himself in the direction of the woodsy hill leading past the dirt road.
Okay.
"Oh, you live by Suffolk?" I asked. No, I'm not," he said. "What made you decide to come out here?" I said.
Dude,
"Why not?"
Red flag, run!
I continued to try and uncomfortably fill the awkward silences that kept coming up. His responses were dry. He didn't contribute anything to what was barely a conversation. He just sat there not doing anything with half a smile on his face, looking either at me or in my general direction throughout. I was creeped out. My heart was racing at this point. I'd go as far as saying that I was nervous for my life. We were surrounded by trees in all directions in the middle of the pond. I started to row a bit closer to land, but in a very low-key kind of way, trying to play it off as me just trying to find a better spot to find some fish.
Well, yeah.
I was horrified when I saw he was following me. "What a great day, huh?" I felt a shake in my voice.
Okay, seriously, if you're having a bad feeling, get out of there. You don't even stay. You just get out of there.
Take dogs outside.
I got close enough to the edge of the pond where I finally told the man, "I think I'm going to call it a day." I turned to see his reaction. He was still staring at me.
Oh, no.
But his smile was gone now.
Oh, no.
"I can't let you leave," he said. He lifted his flannel to expose a handgun sticking out of his jeans pocket.
Run!
As soon as I could process what I was looking at.
Okay, if someone's holding a gun telling you they can't let you leave, you run. You call the police and run.
I dove out of the boat for land, ran the whole half-mile uphill through the woods back to my house, and locked every door and window as soon as I made it home.
Why did you call
I pulled down
911?
the blinds to the dining room window, leaving it open just a crack for peeking outside undetected. It started to get dark out, and I left every light in the house off, still peeking out to the front yard, making sure I wasn't followed. The time came when I finally decided I wasn't followed. I realize now, like you, that not calling the police immediately was a huge mistake.
Duh!
I kept my bedroom windows open to let the room air out. My bedroom was on the second floor, so I wasn't worried about being watched through the window. About half an hour after shutting the light and falling under the covers, I heard the sound of leaves crunching from outside.
Uh-oh.
I sat up to hear it more clearly. It was definitely something walking around out there. Normally I would assume it was a deer or a bear, but after what just happened, I was still in paranoia mode. I sat up as still as a statue, except for my shaking out of fear, waiting as the sounds of the steps stopped. Hey buddy, you up there? Are you trying to sleep? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
Oh,
I felt
no.
like 100 pounds just fell directly onto my chest. It was the same voice. I knew it right away.
Well, duh.
I didn't make a sound. I crept out of the room quietly downstairs to the kitchen and grabbed the phone, practically crawling on my way out to
Now you try to call 911? Seriously, you should have done it earlier.
911 like I should have earlier in the temporary safety of my bedroom. I made sure to whisper into the phone as I was still hoping that he hadn't yet heard or spotted me. 20 minutes felt like an hour as I sat behind my bed, waiting for the police to arrive in constant fear that I would hear glass breaking from downstairs, or a thud on the back door, or even just a voice again from down below my window outside. The police did a thorough investigation of the property in nearby woods, turning up nothing. They suggested I stay with a friend or a family member for a few days, and so I did. I never heard from or saw the man again, but I still moved a month later. I couldn't deal with the constant fear and paranoia of being watched through my windows. I feel much more comfortable fishing out by the bay now.
Oh, jeez. Well, that was an interesting episode. All right, this next one is about a motel, so let's go.
I was 19 years old at the time, working at a sketchy motel.
Okay.
The motel was pretty run down, and the majority of people who stayed there were locals that were just doing things they weren't supposed to be doing. Let's just say the cops came by multiple times a week. I worked as both a front desk person, checking in these creeps all hours of the night, and as a housekeeper who got to clean up their nasty, vomit-smelling rooms afterwards. One afternoon, I was working as a housekeeper in the second building of the motel on the backside furthest from the office.
Okay.
I hated working over there because it not only had the most worn-down rooms, but it was always pretty vacant over there and way too quiet for comfort. I began cleaning one of my last rooms and wanted to get done in a hurry because it was getting late. I was washing the mirror in the room that I was cleaning when all of a sudden, I saw a man in the reflection staring at me.
Feed the cats.
He was mid-50s,
Sorry, guys, that's
dirty,
ridiculous.
with
Dogs
long,
and give
greasy
them water.
hair. Startled, I screamed, "Oh my God." I told him he scared me. The room I was currently cleaning was vacant, so there was no reason why this man should have been in there watching me clean. However, we just had a meeting on customer satisfaction, and my boss was really pressuring us to be more polite and help the guests any way we could. Sir?" I asked him cautiously. Can I get you anything? Towels?"
Yeah, that ain't
The
at
man
all
just stared
creepy.
back at me with a crooked grin and held out his hands to me.
Oh,
I thought
no.
maybe he was handing me a tip for cleaning his room earlier, but when I looked down, I saw he was holding a $100 bill. Alarms started going off in my head.
Yeah, that is not. No, just no.
No one tips $100 on a $40 a night room. The man just smiled and said his name was Terry. He said he was staying in the room next door with his wife Sherry and sort of joked about their names rhyming. He smelled like car oil and alcohol. When I asked him why he was trying to hand me $100, he laughed deep in his throat and said, "Me and my wife were watching you, and we just wanted to have fun with you." I felt like my heart jumped into my throat.
Run.
No, I can't do that, sir. I'm sorry. I wanted to run out of the room screaming, but he was blocking the door, my only exit. The man smiled again, taking on a softer tone of voice, and invited me to come into his room to meet his wife, just to talk as friends. I nervously told him no again, and that I had a lot of work to do for the day. I prayed to God he would just go away, and eventually he did. He grunted and walked off in what I assumed to be the direction of his room. My mind began racing.
Run.
There is no wife, I thought. This man could try and kidnap me. I was 110 pounds at the time and not very strong. He could easily overpower me. I locked the room from the inside and went directly to the phone to call my manager at the front desk, but the phone wasn't working.
Load dirty dishes into the
Adrenaline
dishwasher.
began pumping through my veins, and despite what I was always told not to do, I was panicking. Did he cut the line? No, I thought. This is a crappy motel. It happens all the time. But I just have to get out.
You gotta get
I
out of there.
remembered that I had my cell phone out on my housekeeping card, but that was outside the locked door. I'd have to open the door to get it. I cautiously opened the door to the room that I was cleaning and peered out. I didn't see anyone, so I frantically began searching my card for my cell phone. I was wasting too much time looking for it, so I just decided to run as fast as I could and make a break for the front desk in the office. Then from behind me, I heard the man again, but this time he was screaming to someone else, "She's running, she's getting away."
Yeah,
I could hear
run!
his shoes slamming against the pavement after me. I quickly turned the corner, grabbed my key card, and let myself into a stockroom and locked the door. Within moments, I heard the sound of the dirty guy and someone else running outside, searching for me. I stayed in that stockroom for 30 minutes shaking until I could no longer hear him searching for me. I finally got the courage to run the rest of the way to the front desk. When I made it there, I collapsed into my boss's arms and he called the police. The man and whoever else was in the room with him peeled out before the cops could
Oh my
arrive. I was
goodness.
beyond shaken up. According to the police who ran a search, this wasn't the first time he had done something like this, and he was
What?
actually wanted for sexual assault,
Oh my
gross sexual
goodness.
imposition, and in the past was once charged with rape. A few weeks later, on what happened to be my birthday, this guy was
Really?
caught.
Wow.
A few weeks after that, I quit. I will never again work at another motel.
Well, after that incident, I don't blame you. Like, come on. This is the one my friend Calvin made, so let's go.
It is a hot summer's day today. Gordon and Ashima was just about to start today's work.
Just so you know, my friend has autism like me. He makes these videos, so I love them.
Oh, Gordon. Today is such a beautiful day. I agree, Ashima. Thanks, Gordon. Come on. We have to go start our work. We have to be really useful. The two best friends set off to go start today's work. Ashima gave Gordon the express right on time.
Okay.
Right on time, Ashima. You are very on time. There you go, Gordon. Now I must be off to go shut my trucks. Ashima was very busy. She was even being very kind to allow Gordon and the express to go through. Express coming through. Hi, Ashima. Gordon is a very busy, fast engine.
Okay. That's Scruffy.
Later on, Ashima had to take some trucks to the coal yards, but they
Of
were
course she
very
did.
heavy trucks. Ashima, you need my help. I'll be your back engine.
Aw.
Oh, no thank you, Gordon. I can do this. I don't want you to be late for the express. You have to take your passengers out. Your passengers are waiting for you. But Gordon was more worried about Ashima. Ashima was chuffing slowly up the hill she goes. And then when she went over the bridge and came back down, Ashima started to go faster and faster. Oh no!
This isn't good.
I can't stop. These trucks are too heavy. Ashima went so fast until the trucks knocked her right off the tracks.
Oh dear.
Luckily, nobody was hurt, but Ashima was knocked right off the tracks. When Golden heard about it, he rushed to go rescue his friend. Gordon had took away the unhurt trucks. And then he came back for Ashima. I'm sorry about your accident, Ashima. You should have let me come with you. Oh, thank you, Gordon. You are such a good friend. I do appreciate your kindness. Yeah, I should have allowed you to come with me, but I didn't want you to be late for your next express run. Ashima? My next express run isn't until 6 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock.
Eat a healthy breakfast.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay because you didn't know.
Is that supposed to be Paxton? I think so.
The 2-engine puffed to the station to meet the Fat Controller as he was expecting them. Fine work. I am very pleased
Feed
with
the
both
cats.
of you. You both
Feed
are
dogs
really
and give
useful
them water.
engines on my railway. Both of them smiled. Thank you, sir. And Ashima and Gordon chuffed happily home together. The happy friends said goodnight to each other, and they both went happily to sleep.
That was a really cute episode. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Adios, everybody.